Hello and welcome to Hare Investigations. I'm your host, Anna Rucco. The Strange Conundrum of the Strange Man's Cabin. The Strange Man Series, Part 9. The Wrap-Up. Hello and welcome back to the conclusion of the Strange Man series. Now in this series we've been covering some of the big theories on who the Strange Man might be. Now I know there's tons more out there and I didn't cover all of them, but I did cover the ones that I was able to. We started this investigation by looking at the actual location and the cabin and the fact that it used to belong to a serial killer. Then we covered the newspapers, the paintings, how they related to morality, the writings on the wall, how all of this told of future events, or like the newspapers were published in the future, so they shouldn't even have been there. We also covered how he was able to make a deal with Herbert Moon in Armadillo. We did an in-depth look into the objects contained within his cabin. We saw that the Strange Man does have vast knowledge of the past and of future events.
Do you remember Hattie McCourt's space? Who? She was a girl Dutch Vanderlyn shot in the head on that raid on the ferry a few years back. Thieves Landing. I think he's going to be unfaithful to his dear wife.
And even with the missions that he offers you, he's constantly testing the morality of John Marston. He knows the final resting place of John Marston, and when John fires 3 bullets, that signifies John, Abigail, and Uncle's death, and with the 4th one jamming, meaning Jack will be spared. So as you can see, in this 8-part series, well 9 if you count this one, we have covered the cabin, we've covered the Strange Man, we've covered all the items within his house, we've covered several different theories on who he might be. But in all of these parts, we never covered one piece of information that everyone has always brought up. So we're going to take a look at that now.
Damn you! Yes, many have.
Now the meaning of this scene has been hotly debated. John, of course, frustrated, yells out, "Damn you," to the Strange Man, and then shoots at him 3 times, tries for a 4th, and it jams. Now, damn you, which is an expression that is used to express anger with someone or something. Now, I've seen this misquoted a few times as John saying, "God damn you." However, as you can see from the clip, this is not the case. This has led some to think that John was asking God to condemn the Strange Man. However, since John doesn't use the GD version of this phrase, this could not be the case. John simply said, "Damn you," as a sign that he was frustrated with the Strange Man's cryptic answers and interference in his life. Now the Strange Man did respond with many have. He was simply stating that John was not the first to say that to him, and more than likely not going to be the last. What's interesting about this scene is that although John was angry and even shot at the Strange Man was unfazed and didn't even react. He simply walked away unharmed, admiring the view, and vanished.
I mean, when you see it, it really feels like something biblical. And I ain't a religious man.
So after all the research and the knowledge checking and the deep diving and the digging into the cabin and everything within it, and the Strange Man and the eyewitness reports from people, the question still remains, who is the Strange Man? So when I investigated the theory of the Strange Man and created the criteria of everything we'd found in his house and what we knew about him, and then compared that to all of the theories that were out there, none of them matched 100%. Some of them had certain aspects that it did have, but didn't have the others. And I think this was on purpose. He has aspects of good, aspects of evil, aspects of neutral. So he fits into every single theory depending on how you look at him, but he never completes every one of the theories. So to explain who the Strange Man really is, it's like trying to describe water to somebody. To some, water can be held in a glass and you can drink it and it's friendly and helps. To others, it's a tidal wave crashing into the side of a mountain. And to others, it's an endless pond that you can't swim in and you drown. So depending on your perspective and how you view the information determines the answer and the outcome. So we may never truly know who the strange man really is, or what people or deities or creations he's a amalgamation of. But for right now, the question still remains: who is the strange man?